Look at that. We got folks in the room already. We got CCHA. Really a good weekend so far with one game left to go tomorrow. That is a couple of ranked teams, in fact, if you go by the USA hockey poll. It is St. Thomas number 20 and St. Cloud State, I believe they're 16. I should probably fact check myself here. Solid night, though. Just finished up with Ferris State getting the tie, officially a tie as far as the NCAA is concerned, but they get the shootout win for the second night in a row. So 2 ties against Miami. So a good result, really, for the Bulldogs. They had a 4-3 lead. We'll get to that one later on here in the night. But yeah, if you have comments, we got comments. Someone's fired up, I can tell. We got we got Northern Michigan fans in the house. They dropped an exhibition game today, so take that for what it's worth. But we'll get to those highlights as well. Let's start out. We won't go in chronological order, but we will. Let's go to North Dakota. We had an exhibition game between Augustana and the Fighting Hawks, and good start for Augie.
That's Jaden Jubinville, one of 8 new freshmen on this roster. Now Brett Meerman coming the other way for the Vikings. Tied up well. Tanner Komzak getting the job done on defense. Puck not cleared, though. Good opportunity in front, and it's Meerman who buries it on the doorstep.
If you want to score goals at this level, Alex, you got to go to the front of the net, and that's exactly what he does. He goes to the front of the net, stops. There's going to be a shot from the point, a rebound, finds some loose change, and he buries it for an easy goal. And I think that puck might have changed just a little bit.
So Brett Meerman gets the first goal of the game. Augie goes up 1-0. You're thinking, all right, that's a good start for them. How are they going to back it up? And it turns out they did.
One of those guys who UND expects to make a leap this year now as an upperclassman, the Predators draft pick. He loses out this time, though. Tyler Hennon, the freshman from nearby Halleck, coming the other way. Sentenfelter lost control for a moment, and that puck is in. Augustana with the 2-0 advantage. There was a lot of contact around the cage.
We will see. Yep. What we're going to look at is possibly goaltender interference. There's no question that the contact from the... Oh, then he swipes it in with his glove. That can't count.
I would say if it's not one, it's probably the other. That was Tyler Hennon, who just served the penalty, who came crashing into Sentenfelter. And then, yes, tried to glove it across as well.
That's going to be the question here was he knocked down and then into Sentenfelter or not? But
they, of course, will take a look at this. Hills and Nelson going into the penalty box.
Plenty of looks at that goal. Now the officials came out and they said good goal. That was the correct call. Talked to Marco Hunt, who's our director of officiating with the CCHA. Obviously, those are NCHC officials, but in recent years and really last year, there's been a push to have a Western kind of group of officials that kind of share duties between the Big Ten, the CCHA, and NCHC. So 2-0 lead is great, but then Quinn Rudrud with a really great individual effort after actually his whole line, I think, got a touch on this puck, but we'll see for ourselves.
Helping in transition, working with student athletes and getting the college credits all figured out as you transfer. Matsui's shot off the iron, comes back to Matsui, open in front and knocked in.
So Rudrud made it 3-0 there. And then one more from Meerman here made it 4.
North Dakota did score a handful of shorthanded goals last year, all 3 coming in the first half of the season. Matsui, that one got through. Mobley on the doorstep. Brett Meerman, second of the night. power play goal for the Vikings, and it's 4-0.
Off the North Dakota goalie from behind the goal line extend. But again, it all starts with just getting a puck.
So Augustana gets a 4-1 win. North Dakota had a goal in there, but this is a CCHA show, so we're not showing it. Let's see what we got. We got some folks. Aaron says Augie looked damn good. Yeah, they did, and it's one of those things where, like, I'm wondering, and I'm sure a lot of fans are like it's easy to say, oh, just not exhibition if you're a North Dakota fan, but it's also you got to get a little excited, right? Now we have another exhibition we're going to talk about. We don't have any video from St. Thomas in Manitoba. The Tommies won. You can see it on our nice little our bottom scroll here some scores, but yeah, no video from St. Thomas, Manitoba. But yeah, Aaron says that yes, I agree. I think Augie looked real good. We got Trent, who's I'm not sure who the Meerkats are. Trent's gonna have to explain that to me. But anyway, yeah, like you have to be. There has to be like if you go to Ralph Engelstad and get your doors blown off, even in an exhibition, you don't feel good about it. But you do the opposite, and you're flying, and you know that Augustana is going to be more hyped up for this game than vice versa. So you do have to take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, you have to be you have to be excited about that, I think. And I don't think you're wrong to do so because life is short. Have fun and root for your hockey team. Let's get to another exhibition game from tonight, and it was up in Houghton. And starting things off was, let's see if I can. These always pop in out of order. Here we go. Let's start things off with the first goal of the contest.
Huskies with a good forecheck here. Nader able to get it back down deep. Behind the net now. Michigan Tech will control. Quick shot towards the goal. Looking for a redirect on there was Eli Jensen. Centering pass. Shot taken. Scores! Owen Baker, the right winger. I believe Luzette put that in. And Huskies take a 1-0 lead.
Baker kind of one-timed it from the one-touch below the goal.
So Baker gets Owen Baker transfer from Michigan State, get things started there for Tech. It's going to be a new cast of characters. Obviously, Isaac Gordon is back. Rookie of the year in the CCHA. Plenty of goal scoring, but there are other people to step up, and it was nice to see, even in exhibition sense, Owen Baker gets that goal. Then Tech added another here.
He kept going to the net. Nice save made by Ouellette. And Ouellette now watching behind him. A good scrum for the puck, stolen away by Work. Centering for Williams, and a block shot, another shot, and they score! Williams puts it in. The Huskies take a 2-0 lead.
We found Williams with a nice play at first. It was a good block shot. Williams was able to find the rebound and make no mistake on the second attempt.
So Tech up 2-0 there on the goal from Nick Williams. Jack Works, the captain, picks up the lone assist being credited. But not long after, and it was important in the sense of this for this game's context, right? It's another exhibition. But you got Colby Brown coming down the other way on the rush for Northern.
Huskies with a 2-0 lead here in front of this big crowd of the John McGinnis Student Ice Arena. Here come the Wildcats across the line with Romer. Romer with a centering pass and a shot and a goal. Oh, well done by the Wildcats as Romer brought it down to the right wing corner, centered it in front. Nothing Max Baranek could do on that one. He tried to get over. Brown cuts the lead in half.
Yeah, that was a nice feed.
So Tech or Northern gets that goal right back. Brown from Romer and Ewart. I'm going to take a little while to get some pronunciations right this year, so I apologize, especially with all the newcomers coming in to Northern there. But they pull back to within 2-1. It's a big goal as far as this one's concerned. But then we get the first of two on the night from Janssen from Michigan Tech.
Here comes Koskopirti weaving his way in now, wraps it around. Jensen's going to try to hold it in. Had to do it on his backhand. Gets it nicely back to the point for Campbell. Campbell to Jensen. Another left-handed shot. Walks in. A shot scores! Jensen! His first goal at the Husky! And Michigan Tech with a power play. Tally go up 3-1 with 10:23 left to go in the third period.
The blue line, and they pinched off the lane. So he immediately brought it to the net with his head up. Shot it real quick. Again, this was not a hard shot, but he caught it off quick and found, looked like the 5-hole.
So freshman sensation maybe for Tech. We'll see. Janssen gets the goal to make it 3-1. But as this game went on, we're going to see that Northern kept coming back and coming back and coming back in this one, including this from a former RPI engineer. You know, I'll always sneak in that reference when I can. It is Nicholas Ardenaz, with the goal.
Place Richards, stole it away, got it to Jensen. Jensen now, back to the point. Here's Campbell. Campbell for Jensen, back over to the other side. Jensen was waiting on the far post, but they couldn't find him. And now back up the center ice. Here come the Wildcats on a 2-on-1. Back to full strength, scores! Coming down on the play and going 5-hole.
I believe he was the one that came out of the box. Puck squirted to him.
So Ardenaz gets the goal, makes it 3-2, and then you get the second from Janssen here.
Thread the needle, and he does. Brings it all the way in. Rapid back to the point. Held in. Jensen now with it. His shot just sailed over the crossbar. Roulette let that go high. Williams now over for Koskapirti. Takes it. In front, scores! Jensen again! His second power play goal of the period. Huskies with another man advantage tally. They go up 4-2.
Puck came down to Baker on the goal line, and Janssen patiently waited for that seam to open up, and Baker recognized that.
So Janssen was wide open there on the back door. Made it 4-2. You felt comfortable maybe if you're a Tech fan there. By the way, Baker and Koskapirti get the assists on that power play goal, second of the game for Tech. So even though these don't count as power play goals, it's always good to see them go in the net if you're either team. And that's what we saw with the final goal of this game, as Ulrichter brought just one more back just to make it a little bit interesting at the end here for the Wildcats.
Here's Latch walking in. His shot blocked in front, right to the front of the goal. The loose puck is there. Another block there by Koskapirti, and it goes behind the net. Goaltender Malay loses his stick. Huskies, they score.
On that last shot attempt, it ricocheted off of our foot right to Ulrichter, who made no mistake.
So Ulrichter gets the goal. That was the final goal of the game. Tech wins it 4-3. Obviously, does not count as far as the regular season is concerned, but both teams score some goals. I think that's kind of what you want to see in an exhibition. Your team scores, you get a chance to see a couple goals. I think Northern ran a couple of goalies out there, and that's kind of what you get. Moving on, we're really going to show you the one goal from Minnesota State and Michigan. The Wolverines battled back to get a split of that series, but it was a nice goal by a former Ferris State Bulldog, Luigi Benincasa, who got the tally for Minnesota State. So we'll show it to you.
And a 2-1 game.
Yeah, the puck was dumped in, and Tim Lovell went to the bench. Puck wound up behind the net, and Pitlick got there first to Corpy.
Now here's a shot at goal. Well, there it was. That's a big goal for Minnesota State. It took a wild deflection and went up over the stick side, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, Benincasa just going to...
So a split, if you ask probably Minnesota State going into that series in Ann Arbor, if you take a split, you'd probably say yes. After a fight, a win, you want to sweep. But that's just kind of how it goes. Maybe the most exciting game of the night, if you're a neutral fan or just someone watching all these games, was Bemidji State going up to Minnesota Duluth. And it did not disappoint if you're a follower of the podcast here at CCHA, you might have heard from Carter Ranklev earlier this week because he was on the Reporter's Corner. You can listen to that on the CCHA podcasting network there. You can also find that on CCHA.com as well. But he was the one who got the scoring started for the Beavers.
Really some nice tape-to-tape passes to start for the first couple shifts. Doesn't look like there's a lot of nerves, and there's a missed pass right there as I'm speaking.
Funk centers Jopie, the rebound, they score! Carter Rancliffe on the rebound buries the first goal of the year. It's 1-0 Bemidji State.
State makes them pay right away. A beautiful shot.
That's Austin Jopie, the Duluth native, who got the initial shot in on Sandy. The rebound right to the graduate transfer from Niagara, a Moorhead native, Carter Rancliffe. McCauley turns it over, breakaway now. In comes UMD, a shot, Scholl with the save. That was one of the freshmen, Cal Arnott. Johnny on the spot.
Tried to go around him, and then nice save, of course, by...
So that was the only save I have in the queue here from Matthias Scholl, but he was excellent tonight. I know he did leave with an injury, and that'll come up later on in this show here. We talk a little bit about that. He was able to skate off on his own, which is a good sign, and not going to speculate on what happened to him, but he had to leave the game in the third period with a 3-2 lead. And Rathan Robbins came in and was spectacular. I have some clips of some of the saves he made in overtime to help keep the game tied, and that's a tough situation to go into. I think it was about a little over 10 minutes left in the third period when Rathan had to come in, and that's not, like I said, it's not easy to do. I know in the NHL, I think they just recently added that goalies who come in due to injury can warm up, but it's not a rule in college hockey. He got no warm up, had to go in there and play. So anyway, big save by Scholl there to keep it a 1-0 game. And then Duluth kind of answered here not too long after.
Final 10 seconds here of the opening period as Martin doubles back in his own zone. A bouncing puck will be dealt with. No, it comes to the middle. Max Plant across, a shot, they score! With 1.8 seconds to go, Jason Shagabe, his first as a Bulldog, and we're tied at 1-1.
Freshman line, Bemidji turns it over, plant to plant, and Shagabe buries it. And we talked a little bit about that freshman line earlier, that they see the ice so well and they support the puck so well. And this was just a layup for Shagabe, but he buried it. So good for them.
So Shagabe scores the goal, ties it up late. That could be a tough goal to give up on the road, but this is a veteran Bemidji State team, probably one of the more veteran teams in the league. And they had a response. That was one of their veterans who did it earlier in the second, excuse me.
By Will Magnuson. Now a centering pass. Dubinsky fires one just wide on the glove side. Dubinsky had snuck down from the point. Chiddington 2-1 the other way. Chiddington fires, save, the rebound, they score! Dante Lawson, the Greenway High School graduate, gets his first of the year. It's 2-1 Bemidji State.
On Perkins, and we end up going the other way, and Mangini could not quite get back on the back check.
So Lawson makes it 2-1, and you're thinking, all right, we're back in control here a little bit, but not 4 minutes later, it was that freshman Shagabe who fought back for the homestanding Bulldogs.
This is Max Plant. He shoots it in and will be the one to give chase for UMD. Digs it free for Shagabe. Comes to Max for Hansen. Across. Shagabe scores! Jason Shagabe! His second of the game. A power play goal. We're tied. It's 2-2.
The Bulldogs, they just see the ice so well, and that was how they came in advertised, and that's what we're seeing. And great vision, beautiful pass by Hansen, and Shagabe right where he needs.
So we're all tied up again, and that was, like I said, Shagabe's second. Very late in the third, though. Really a big goal, much like the big goal that Duluth got late in the first. The Beavers got one late in the second.
And now Pionk once more off the glass and out to center ice for UMD. 2.5 minutes to play. Väisänen into the zone. Väisänen, nice speed, and he puts it in! Yuri Väisänen, what a individual effort, he scores, and it's 3-2 Bemidji State.
Well, great individual effort there by Vicenen. He just too much time and space and speed coming through the neutral zone, and really a beautiful goal. Great individual effort, and you know, kind of again starts with kind of team defense in that neutral zone.
So Yuri Vicenen puts the Beavers up there going into the third period. Really tight in the third. No scoring until the final 2 minutes. Remember, this is after Scholl's out, and Robbins just comes in cold with, I said, a little over 10 minutes left, I think. But they eventually Duluth knocking on the door late on in that third period, and they did get the tire here.
Dominic James with 1:45 to go through center ice. Lots of speed. UMD and a shot. They score on the rebound. Sam Plant, his first as a Bulldog, ties the game at 3-3.
By Dominic James, going end-to-end, coast-to-coast, walks through everybody, puts it on net.
Yeah, tough rebound there, and there's not much you can do about it if you're Robbins. He was great. He was spectacular in OT. Here's the clips I was going to tell you about. 3 really spectacular saves from Robbins, who kept the Beavers in it before they were able to get the win.
Was Flameng going to the net. James picks up the loose puck for UMD. Ahead for Pionk. Back for James. James to the backhand, and Robbins makes another great save.
And Robbins just robbed him here. Pretty nice move by James, cutting across, and just
Wolf has Vicenen with him. Decided to shoot, missed the net, and now moving it ahead. Loney, a breakaway for UMD. Loney to win it. The backhand, another great save by Raythan Robbins.
He just right here, just lost it right there a little bit. Just kind of threw off his timing and wasn't able to probably get the shot that he wanted on Robbins. But
Shagabe, far point. Floats one for James to the backhand between the legs, and a great save by Robbins. What a move from the UMD captain.
And he's show here, but here's the play that James had. Beautiful pass by Shagabe. James tries to go.
Really, really incredible stuff. So that sets the table here for the captain, Jackson Judding. Kind of a busted play in the zone, but you got to take advantage. When it's 3-on-3, it's always kind of a busted play, right? So, and Judding made no mistake about this.
Far corner, 1:20 to go. Flameng has it, defended by a couple Bulldogs. Pocket picked by Sam Plant. He loses it to Judding. Judding, and he scores! Jackson Judding, the captain, wins it for Bemidji State, 4-3 in overtime.
Yeah, just a wily move there by Judding, Troy Judding, and just kind of picked the pocket there of Sam Plant, moves in.
So that was that. We'll get to, we finally have some highlights from pulling them in as this thing was ending, right? So 4-3 overtime win for Bemidji State. That's huge. Their only game of the weekend. So they'll go into next weekend 1-0. And just really a great weekend overall. I know we still have St. Thomas and St. Cloud State tomorrow to look forward to. But we do have some highlights from Ferris State, and it was their captain, Travis Shouty, getting the scoring started in this one.
He's become a really big contributing member of this team, especially from last year, and now he's got an even bigger load, and you can see now he's getting to the defensive gritty work done for this group, especially on the penalty kill.
Here's Galt, chance outside, Shouty shoots, goes 5-hole and scores! Travis Shouty took 9 shots last night, and his first one tonight's a goal for the Dogs.
He's able to get it through the 5-hole. Great patience from the captain, veteran on this team. He may be an underclassman, folks, but he doesn't play like it. He is really...
So there's Shouty picking up the game's first goal. Miami came back to tie it, but then it was Trevor Tallene putting the Bulldogs back in front.
4 new bodies get out on the ice. Turnover, McGrath, really nice stick work, in a race for it, and the Redhawks do a great job getting back to it. Hutchison was put in a tough position after that turnover, but stayed with it, made a nice play defensively. Tallene, big shot, score! Trevor Tallene with a beauty top of the face-off circle. He goes backside corner, and Ferris State takes the lead.
Statement for this offense. Huge shot, man, you can't put it anywhere. Really, Dahlmeier's in a great spot, but that's just an incredible shot.
So Tallinn scores that one to give the Bulldogs a 2-1 lead at the time. Miami fights back with 2 straight, including a shorthanded goal to make it 3-2. But it was Tallinn again, his second of the game, first multi-goal game here. And here's the one that tied it up.
Dropped up top, Tallinn slaps the stick. He's got some space, fires down low, trying to tip in front, trickling in on the backside, and the Dogs score. Tallinn ripped the shot from up top. It was tipped and deflected, and I believe that might have been an own goal on Miami because Tallinn is skating first.
I get a look at that. I think it went off of a Miami defenseman who was turned around.
Trying to catch the number on the replay, but it certainly was an own goal on Miami, but Ferris State will take it. Tie game as Tallinn tried to find a way to get that tip for Corbet down low. Corbet was in good position, but Messenberg off the tip pushed it right back into his.
Back and forth game. It was back and forth all weekend, and neither team had a 2-goal lead at all in the whole thing. Here's the last goal of the game for the Bulldogs before we get to the wrap up here.
Here's a look for Shouty. He lets it go right to Corbet. Takes the shot, and it's wide. Fairmouth on the rebound, trying to stuff it in. Follow from Nardicia is in! What an angle for Nick Nardicia! And Ferris State retakes the lead!
What a big play. Veteran, the senior, Nick Nardicia crashing in on.
So Nardicia gets that one, but couldn't hold on. The Bulldogs give up the tying goal late, so it makes it 4-4. Another shootout win. You can find the full highlights from all these games, including that one, on CCHA.com. Anyway, I want to get to something we're going to try to add here at the end of every show. We're only going a half hour here because I have no guests, but we do have the top goals of the day. It was kind of it was. We'll see how it plays out. Eventually, it's just going to be all CCHA teams' goals, but it's a little bit of a surprise for everybody. So we'll leave you with this, much like they do in the NFL. At least they show every touchdown. We'll show the top goals of today, and leave you with that. So thanks for everyone for watching. Here they are. Check it out. Check out all the highlights, condensed games as well. If you have Midcoast Sports Plus, you can find those on the Midcoast Sports app. I'm going to plug those because I just watched one, or I was watching part of one. It's 20 minutes of the best plays of every game with no stoppages. It's kind of how I want to watch every hockey game now. But anyway, a lot of action. And 20 minutes, just nonstop. Very fun. If you miss a game, it's the best way to catch up, honestly, is with a condensed game. Anyway, I spoke too long. Here is top 10 plays from the night.
Final 10 seconds here of the opening period as Martin doubles back in his own zone. A bouncing puck will be dealt with. No, it comes to the middle. Max Plant across. A shot. They score! With 1.8 seconds to go, Jason Shagabe, his first as a Bulldog, and we're tied at 1-1.
Huskies with a good forecheck here. Nader able to get it back down deep. Back behind the net now. Michigan Tech will control. Quick shot towards the goal. Looking for a redirect on there was Eli Jensen. Centering pass. Shot taken. Scores! Owen Baker, the right winger. I believe Luzette put that in, and Huskies take a 1-0 lead. Here comes Koskapirti weaving his way in, now wraps it around. Jensen's going to try to hold it in. Had to do it on his backhand, gets it nicely back to the point for Campbell. Campbell to Jensen, another left-handed shot, walks in, a shot, scores! Jensen, his first goal of the Husky! And Michigan Tech with a power play, tally go up 3-1 with 10:23 left to go in the third period.
Far corner, 1:20 to go. Flameng has it, defended by a couple Bulldogs. Pocket picked by Zam Plant. He loses it to Judding. Judding, and he scores! Jackson Judding, the captain, wins it for Bemidji State, 4-3 in overtime.
Yeah, just a wily move there by Judding, Troy Judding, and just kind of picked the pocket there of Zam Plant, moves in and
become a really big contributing member of this team. especially from last year, and now he's got an even bigger load. And you can see now he's getting to the defensive gritty work done for this group, especially on the penalty kill.
Here's Galt, chance outside, Shouty shoots, goes 5-hole and scores! Travis Shouty took 9 shots last night, and his first one tonight's a goal for the Dogs.
And so he'll learn from it. They're going to go back to the penalty kill, hopefully kill this one off, and see if they can play a little cleaner to finish this period.
Here's Quinn up top, drop down low for Vitalins, give and go right back to him. Quinn up top, one-timer set up, shot and a score far side. What a beautiful shot by the Redhawks as they capitalize early on this power play chance. Hidegaki gives it right back to Ergang and just a little bit too far in front of him, but now the Bulldogs have a chance to settle into this power play with 57 seconds left on the man advantage. Here's a good look, backside shot for Lee is saved away. That's McGrath actually who took that shot, fresh change off the bench. 2-on-1 the other way from Miami, shorthanded chance, Messenberg backhanded, and he gets to Shorty. A beautiful two-man game from the Redhawks. Blake Messenberg goes to the backhand and beats Noah West. 3-2 Miami lead.
And it ended. So that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. You can watch all these. You can watch all of our the podcasts we do on our YouTube channel. And the lights went out at me over there. So we're gonna call tonight. Yeah, one more game tomorrow. Roll out the weekend.